Can the Queen Mother make a statement that within the next 2 years we can get away from hosting this on a coronation weekend and get back to Palm Springs where we can dedicate a weekend to just the business of addressing the international court system in general?
You know, I'll go in glass. No, obviously this has been a very productive conference, and I think we have tried that. The reason that Palm Springs worked out, other than Larry's and others' hard work, was that it was also another event. It was the 40th anniversary. So I don't know if people will show up. Obviously we're gonna have to look into that. Do you believe, Daniel, that people will come just on a weekend for a conference?
I think not in my congregation.
In 2005, it was the most successful thing we ever saw because we didn't compete with another court to go to Palm Springs at the late end of the year, the open weekend that we found, and the scheduling. And trust me, I looked at the calendar for the legislature. There are 5 balls April 27th this year. People book up on top of each other like crazy now, and they leave the end of the year wide open. We have a lot of opportunity to set aside.
So you think at the end of the year would be the best time, December? But that's a holiday.
I'm not saying, I'm saying there are a lot of.
Yeah. I think how many of you, but you see, God bless you all, you're the dedicated ones. Look who isn't here. I hate to bring it up. You know, we know there's many people here. So I don't know. We definitely will look into that and bring it up. We want to have it as successful as possible. But once again, the Palm Springs was a success because we had the 50th anniversary gala dinner, and people wanted to come to the 40th and to celebrate, and then Jose's street sign was going to be presented on these other things. I think it's wide open. I would love to have this on a 2-day situation, more fun, more workshops and so forth. But it's all up to you, to support it. But I think it's a great suggestion.
Next question. I just had a question about accessibility within the court system as a whole. One of my big campaign pushes was wheeling towards a stronger future and just providing more accessibility for our members and our community. A lot of times going out of town is hard. I mean, I use a wheelchair from time to time, and I get a lot of feedback from other people that they don't like to travel out of town because of the lack of accessibility to the stage or between tables and such like that. So I'm curious as to how we as a group can make our coronations more accessible on the circuit.
Thank you. Not long ago, I issued I call it not a proclamation, but a focus on that, if you recall. It was not only that has brought up that we are turning more into a family community and that we need to be more respectful. Some people would go, oh, I can't believe they're bringing children in here or youth. Well, we're a growing family, and our coronation should be a celebration where everyone is welcome and people feel they could bring their families. I've already issued that. I think every court should be sensitive to that, that we should have accessibility. Sometimes I'm getting old. Even the stages, wheelchair ramps and so forth that are more accessible. We all need to do that. I will certainly focus on that again in another state.
I want to try and give as many people a chance to speak today that haven't. If you haven't spoken today and you have a question, can you put your hand up? Oh, okay. Go for it.
I have a question, but I also want to say if the thought of doing a conference at a different time and we want to increase our younger membership, that's an additional cost that I think would be very prohibitive. And one thing that I like to kind of point out, especially as we look at our more seasoned participants in our organizations, we're kind of running out of affluent middle-aged white men. So if we want to grow our more diverse and our younger populations, we need to find a way to make that more accessible to them, and that would include, finding ways to do that in a more cost-efficient way. My question is, though, what can middle-aged white men do better to support our trans members of the court?
Listen more and talk less? Is that what you'd say? Yeah. Question?
So more of an answer to your statement. My name is Alexis Brand, I'm from 33 San Francisco. I run a transgender bar for 30 years now, and I was on a bus last night on the bar tour. And when we got to the point where we were going to the third bar, which was the transgender bar, we went from a full bus to 10 people on the bus, because they found out they were going to a transgender bar. What I'm trying to tell you is you're doing it unconsciously, because you're assuming that it's not going to be fun because it's not what you're looking for. You have to give things a chance. You have to give things a chance to work. As I said, I'm a gay man and I run a transgender nightclub for the last 31 years. And as I said, transgender girls, transgender people are looked down upon because you don't quite know how to relate to them, so you don't bother with them. That's not always necessarily true. We have the issues with Border Patrol. But on answering his question, I will say this. A very good friend of mine, Pat Montclair, Empress 24, said to me, Alexis, you can't get these people to like you. You have to play the game by their rules, win, get in there and change the rules. And I will tell you, I was young once, 29 years old, I was elected Empress of San Francisco. Prior to me being Empress, there was never a transgender person as a Mr. or Miss Gay San Francisco. Since me, we have had 11 transgender girls and 2 transgender gentlemen ran as Mr. Gay and Miss Gay. So if you want to know, get involved.
So we're going to take about 4 minutes, so we're going to take a couple more questions. Please keep them as brief as possible. On a happy note, I'm sorry there weren't more people at the trans bar last night, but I do think it's incredible that we live in an era today where there is a trans bar and the people do want it. Okay. And that little statement of mine I'll take oftentimes, don't worry.
Just one of the things I wanted to point out is I'm a big person on social media. I love to watch and scroll through Facebook. And so one of the things I want to do with this state today is the 3 individuals sitting there on the stage, Rob, Her Majesty, Nicole, and then His Majesty Terry. They're here, just like with any of us heirs, that we're here for all the heirs out of the room, just stand up, please. This is a group of individuals that were here for you and for this court system. And if you see things on Facebook, and if you see your members or hear your members, even if it's a complaint or if it's something positive, encourage them to step forward, because that's how we change. There's a question on the survey about either holding on to the past or embracing the future. You can't answer that question because we should do both. We need to hold on to our past, but we need to embrace the future, embrace the young ones. They come in with ideas. If they walk into coronation in a short dress, fine. At least they're at coronation. They're there, they're being participated in, and you want to encourage them to continue to do so. So please make sure that you know that the heirs, we're here to work for you. We're here to help you in the best way that we can, but we can't do that if you don't come to us and let us know what their concerns are. So don't just hide through social media and blast on Facebook. I have posted this conference on Facebook, and I see the complaints. Then come to the conference and let your voice be heard. And look at this room. There's not that many here, but that's what this is about, and that's what we're here for you to do. So please know that we're always here to help you. All you gotta do is come to us, and we'll be able to do whatever we can.
And Destiny brought up a good point about the survey. If you have your completed surveys when you leave today, please hand them to Peter Storm on your way out, or if you still need a survey, there are some at the tables where you checked in.
I think we want to thank you for coming today. We want to thank you for your, okay, one question, one, and that's it, we're done.
And then the Queen Mother has some party words.
Okay.
Very short.
I love you all, but you're not interrupting my lunch. Look at me, I like food.
Hi, just to let you know, we're working on an event with Karina where we're going to be supporting our trans community by helping them do a legal clinic. And in that legal clinic, they'll be able to designate who they want to have as the person who deals with, what's it called? With your end of life decisions. Power of attorney and those kind of issues. And so we're going to have attorneys and things like that. And I'm just letting you know that you can create events in your community that actually helps provide a service so that you can have those individuals say, hey, they really care about us.
Okay, and with that, we will now return where we began, and we will welcome the Queen Mother, who will speak for no more than 5 minutes.
Or shortly. First of all, I want to thank all of you. But let's also give, you know, who's Boston and where is Toronto? Yes. Are they the farthest traveled, or was it Hawaii? Who's traveled farthest? Massachusetts and Toronto? And what? Hawaii? Well, let's give them an extra round of applause. Round of applause for our East Coasters. And, you know, this has turned out to be very productive. I've learned some things as a seasoned person that I'm sure you all have. And now I want to touch on something real quick personal that I haven't shared, but I'm going to share with you. Many times, and lately I've been getting, you know, we will feel very insulted that the Queen Mother leaves our coronations early or something. So I think it might as well. I have developing a heart and breathing problem. Also, in time, you will be seeing my head shaking more. It doesn't mean that I'm saying yes. So don't get it twisted. But this is becoming difficult for me. And in time, I'll probably have to advocate or whatever will happen. But it hurts me to think, and I think it's probably the council knows, or my fault for not sharing with you, because they think, oh, she just wants to go and see TV. But sometimes my breathing isn't good, and sometimes I just gotta, this weekend, I've probably been in bed 95% of the time, and not with Terry. So don't get that twisted. But know that there's no disrespect meant, and that I have to, and also don't worry if my head starts shaking more at times, doesn't mean anything, and all is good. When that time comes where I have to step down or whatever, I'm sure that my heirs will be ready for that situation. But please, that's why I'm saying that, because I know this is on camera, do know that I share this with you with no problem. You know, we all get old. My problems are this small compared to our brothers and sisters who have so many others, those affected with cancer, with HIV, AIDS, and so forth. So I feel very blessed. I feel that we are definitely, I love the word family because we are a family, you know, no matter what. And I leave you this one thing. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I was very hurt with some of the negativity and attacks, but it made me stronger to realize something. Daniel and I used to fight like cats and dogs, but Daniel and I have matured enough, and we can have differences of opinion. It's how you present them. And I don't mind when I see, if you go, well, you know what, I don't agree with this and stuff, then give an alternative of what you think should happen, or give something productive. Constructive criticism, you know I come from a political background, I'm used to it. So all I ask is, if you want to blast something, even this conference, do it constructively, and do it, and give us, while you criticize, give us suggestions on how we can improve it, or on how we can change it. We all need to mature. The Aquanet, as I call it, the social media and the websites have been, there's good and bad, and I'm glad that it's toned down. But when you catch someone being negative on our thing, don't call them out, but send them a private and say, girl, there's a better way you could have said that, or present that. That's all I ask, that we all try to be more positive and constructive. Because I'm sure those 2 persons, or the ones that have, after hopefully they view this, have seen we have covered everything they were criticizing us for not covering. We already had planned to. So I am so proud of all of you. We have a great organization. We're going to continue. Let us thank our moderators who did an outstanding job. You are the new Donahue. That's your new name. and also, Nathan, and the committees, where's Annie? Everyone, all the committee people, rise up. Yeah. Part of our service, yeah. And the Imperial Court of Ethics, stand up, for working very hard. And now my husband, remember we haven't consummated, we have never consummated this marriage, has a few words of wisdom.
We never need to speak of that. Just one thing, because, you know, I'm very grateful. I was in LA and I heard and my court gave me hell when I went home because at the, whatever we did, I said, they have a Russian emperor now. And my court said, why would you call him a Russian emperor? I said, well, because he is a Russian emperor. But anyway, he asked a question on how to get more people into the court. And the court in LA, I am well familiar with from 10, 50 years before Mama Jose died. What I found in Sacramento after kind of being accused of owning the court and being the dictator of the court, and it was my court and blah, 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 I inadvertently made people feel like they weren't welcome, and that's not really my personality. But when you're trying to protect something, I think you can do that without even realizing you're doing it. Or your personality is stronger than the other people and it doesn't come across. My bestest friend, Karina, has made the court in LA possibly a transgender court, and the other people may not feel welcome. I'm sure that's not her intention one tiny bit, but she is who she is and she's got that thing in her gut. I read an article and I was so proud. But, you know, that's who you are. You are such a strong person that you may have to step aside just a tiny bit, don't go away. All of us who are baby boomers, and you kept referring to us today as dying. I finally appreciated the season part, because I couldn't get much more season. But, yes, that's what we have to do. You know, it's a family. This whole thing is a family. And I hear that constantly wherever I go. So I'm so proud of that part, and that's what makes me stay in it. And every time I go to another coordination, I meet a new family member. So I was delighted to meet my new Russian family. And I wish him the best, and I think he will do the best. And I think Karina is responsible for him having that opportunity. Thank you all. I love you all.
Now, please put your hands together for yourselves. You've been really wonderful, and thank you for attending. I think the Queen of the King Father are going to stay around for a few minutes just to say hello, maybe take the odd photo, or not. But thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Don't forget to turn your surveys in. Thank you, Joni.